was a session towards the end of last night's discussion about the survival of the West and the survival of Europe. We've touched on this already slightly. The moderator during that discussion said, well, you can't have that discussion anymore without a discussion about China and China's role in Europe, partly because it has a big wallet that perhaps, you know, some countries in Europe don't have exactly. Now, you know, you guys are a member of the 16+1 grouping. You're obviously looking for broader ties with China. At the same time, there's big countries like Germany and France and Italy, for example, asking for veto powers over when it comes to, you know, takeover of important European companies by Chinese companies. What kind of balance do you have to strike there? I mean, for example, do you back the idea of a veto power over Chinese takeovers in Europe?
No, veto is radical. Veto power is something. What we really support, this consistent engagement and small steps, but respecting interests, you know, to be careful, but moving forward. What we are really, we're not compatible by size, right? Lithuania, China, needless to say. But I'm really happy that we have a pragmatic approach, and we recently also agreed on some important agreements on export of meat, milk products to this big market. We're meeting, as you said, it's not very often and very frequently, but this 1+16 also kind of framework where we can compare notes. And my feeling that's the same assessment from other side. So this careful, not drastic approach, and pragmatic at the same time. And any sharp movement can raise really big questions, because really player is big, potential is also high. And talking about, when we're talking about settlements, arrangements in the world, of course we cannot overlook the situation, having in mind, we have to take in mind the biggest democracy in the world, India, for instance, you didn't mention, right? It's also a player, potential, and also China, as you said, they should be somehow included into the thinking, which was always the case when we're discussing our strategies. So, not jumping again to any conclusion, I like to say that we would support this constructive, consistent engagement, respecting interests, and moving ahead.